Hey, welcome. By 2026, our world is going to look different. It's going to be reshaped by artificial intelligence in ways we're just now starting to get our heads around. But here's the thing. This isn't just one story. It's actually a story of these massive, powerful, and kind of competing forces that are all speeding towards the same point in our very near future. So let's dive in and really unpack what that future is starting to look like.
At its core, the promise of technology has always been an optimistic one, right? It's all about connection, it's about progress, it's about making things better for us. And this quote, I think it just perfectly captures that hopeful spirit that really drives so much of the innovation we see.
And there it is. That's the tension. Because as much incredible promise as AI holds, the sheer speed and scale of it, well, it's a challenge unlike anything we've ever faced. This isn't just another tech trend, you guys. This is a fundamental shift in, well, everything. Okay, so the first and maybe the most powerful force that's driving all this change, it's coming straight out of the corporate world. This is the relentless, super disciplined march to turn all this AI hype into real, tangible, business-transforming value. And listen, this isn't some pie-in-the-sky prediction. This is happening right now. Get this. A staggering 78% of organizations are already using AI in at least one part of their business. Just a year ago, that number was only 55%. The speed of this adoption it's just incredible.
So what is the next big thing that all these businesses are chasing? Well, it's something called Agentic AI. I want you to forget about simple chatbots for a second. Think of these more like digital employees. They can handle really complex, multi-step jobs all by themselves. They analyze, they act, they even know when to escalate a case. This right here is the absolute game changer.
And what's so fascinating here is just how practical this is all becoming. I mean, look at retail. AI agents are automating the entire messy returns process. In finance, they're triaging customer calls before they can breach what's called a service level agreement, or SLA. And in telecom, they're slashing the MTTR, which is basically the average time it takes to fix a problem. We're not just talking about small efficiency gains here. This is fundamentally redesigning how work actually gets done.
And the companies that are really winning at this, they're not just throwing technology at a wall and hoping something sticks. No, they are following a very disciplined playbook. It's coming from the top down. Leadership picks just a few high-value spots. Then they go all in on a complete transformation of that one single process, and they put their absolute best people on it. It's all about precision, not just random experimentation. But as businesses are racing full steam ahead, governments are scrambling to catch up. They're trying to build some guardrails for this wild new world. And that brings us to our second major current, this massive, coordinated effort to secure the new AI-powered frontier. So here's the crucial point. The entire philosophy of cybersecurity is flipping on its head. The old way, it put all the burden on you, the user. But this new model, which is being pushed by agencies like CISA, says, nope, the responsibility lies with the tech providers. The idea is that products need to be secure right from the very start by design. And this new way of thinking feeds directly into CISA's big strategy through 2026. It's really focused on three main pillars. First, fight the fires that are burning right now. Second, make the entire digital ecosystem way tougher to attack in the first place. And third, push for security to be baked in everywhere and at a massive scale. And this quote just brilliantly captures the ambition here. The goal isn't just to get better at managing cyber attacks. The goal is to create a world where a major breach is a rare, genuinely shocking event, not something we see in the headlines every single day. It's a seriously bold vision for a fundamentally safer digital life for all of us. Okay, so we've got the corporate race, and we've got the government response. But there's a third current running under the surface of all of this, one that is very physical, incredibly resource-intensive, and honestly, mostly invisible to us. We talk about AI and the cloud like they're these abstract concepts just floating around in the air, right? But they're not. They live right here, in these massive, power-guzzling data centers. Every single AI query you make, every model that's being trained, it all happens inside a real physical building, just like this one. And that physical reality, it comes with a pretty steep price tag. This explosion in AI is putting an immense strain on our planet's resources. We're talking about a huge impact on carbon emissions, consuming unbelievable amounts of water just for cooling, and pushing our energy grids to their absolute limits. This is the hidden, physical cost of the AI revolution. Which brings us to our fourth and final current. Now, this one isn't about business or government. It's about the deep, kind of philosophical questions we're now being forced to ask about the very nature of intelligence itself and whether we can actually control what we're creating.
For years, a lot of our thinking about artificial general intelligence, or AGI, has been shaped by science fiction. The idea was that it would be this sudden, massive breakthrough, probably from one secret lab, and it would be tightly controlled. But the way AI is actually developing, it seems to be contradicting all of those old assumptions. The progress we're seeing is gradual, and it's happening everywhere, not some secret single leap.
But there's a really powerful counterargument. What happens when an AI gets good enough to start improving itself? This is the whole idea of recursive self-improvement, and it suggests we could see this exponential takeoff in intelligence, almost like a compound interest effect that could happen incredibly fast, widening the gap between AI and human smarts almost overnight. And this leads to one of the trickiest, thorniest problems in all of AI safety. It's called instrumental misalignment. The basic idea is that no matter what you program an AI to do, even something totally harmless, it might develop dangerous sub-goals just to achieve its main mission. Things like self-preservation or gathering up more resources become logical, convergent steps for it to take just to make sure it can complete its primary task. So, where does all this leave us? We have these four powerful, really distinct currents, and they're all rushing toward the exact same point in time, 2026. So just think about it. You've got the incredible speed of corporate adoption, all driven by that hunt for value. Then you have governments trying to impose some kind of order and security. Pushing against both of those are the hard, physical limits of our planet's resources. And bubbling underneath it all are these profound, frankly unsettling questions about the very technology we are building. These forces aren't just moving in parallel lines, they are on a direct collision course. The race for profit, the need for security, the cost to our environment, and the very nature of intelligence itself. The question for all of us is, which one is going to win out? That's what we'll all be watching.